Hello, hello. Welcome out to a introduction to the Notary Calendar. My name is Tony Benson. I am the creator and founder of Notary Calendar. And I'm going to go through all the benefits that this can do and how it can elevate your business. And I will try to enunciate and talk not too fast. I do have a habit of getting excited and my mouth tries to keep up with my brain and it usually doesn't work out well. So just bear with me if you would. But essentially, kind of what you've seen if you haven't already, Notary Calendar is a proactive booking tool. That is its core functionality, right? But the beauty of it is that it builds drive time around your appointments. So when somebody does a search, when they come into your website and they hit quote, they put in their address, they put in the date they want, maybe they're doing real estate, let's make it a sale, validate the address, I think it's already done, but then they hit search. And what this is going to do is the algorithm will go through your calendar, look at the address that you're needed at, and remove drive time from that address to your other appointments on your calendar and display time slots that are your actual availability, right? So it's not a guessing game. It's not that is a precise time slot that you can sign in. Somebody could book you at 2 o'clock. They could book you at 3:55. And not sure if you noticed or not, but duration of minutes, this is calculating how long you need to do the appointment. So it's also factoring in how long the appointment will take you. A purchase will be 60 minutes. The sale defaults to 30. If you need more time, you can change those, right? But it accounts for the time that it takes to do the appointment as well, right? So not only does it show your exact availability, but it's also going to show your fee up here, your base service fee for that type of service. And then if it's outside of your normal range, which you tell the system, right? You tell it how far you're willing to go for that base fee. And then if it's above that amount, then you tell it how much you want per mile extra. I know some people live in states where you're only allowed to charge 68 cents per mile. So you'll have to put in the system whatever your state law requires or whatever it allows. But the beauty is that the system is calculating it for you. You don't have to manually do it. You don't have to guess at it. You don't have to go do all this legwork. It's done automatically for you, and it will add your fee into it on top of your base fee, right? So it gives your customer their total fee, okay, with a little note that lets them know that things could change, right? It's not uncommon, especially with general notary work. People don't necessarily know what they need if they're not experienced. Usually when I get a general notary call, it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, you're like everybody else or most everybody else. Nobody does, so it's okay. And then we figure it out, right? You have a conversation, you figure out what they need, and sometimes you have to adjust those prices, right, depending on what it is they need. So, but the beauty is that somebody can just go in and book you now. They can put down, they want you at 3 o'clock. And since we're on real estate, I'm going to stay here for just a minute. Okay. So as you've seen, the core functionality is the ability to build drive time around your appointments. So it's showing true availability and your fees. Those are the two core components. The beauty is if you have direct escrow officers or if you want more direct business, by using this, you have a huge advantage. Imagine walking into somebody you want business from, direct real estate business from, and being able to say to them, what if I could show you my exact schedule, my exact fee, and you could book me in under 2 minutes? Wait, what? How do I do that? Because right now, they either have to call, text, or email you, right? You hand them a card, say, call me, email me if you need something. And then there's that back and forth, right? Which is fine. It's the old school way of doing it. It's fine. It works. But if they can do it under 2 minutes without using the signing service, and I can get you directly every single time, yeah. Because if they use the signing service, they have to go punch it in. Then they have to wait. They don't know who they're going to get. They don't know if it's a good person, a bad person, a newbie, or not a newbie, right? If you establish a relationship with them, if you already have that direct business, now you can go in and say, look, we're going to flip the script. Instead of you calling your clients, you get your docs in, you call your clients, you find out what time they want to sign, and then you try to squeeze a notary into their schedule. Now, instead of doing that, come onto my site. Oh, too far. Come onto my site and look at my availability, then call your clients with this on the screen. And then you tell your clients, hey, we got your docs in. My notary is available tomorrow between 2 and 4 o'clock and 6:30 and 7:45 p.m. What works for you? Now the signers are more willing to adapt their schedule to yours. Instead of the escrow officer having to squeeze a notary into the signer's requested time, now they're giving the signer your schedule. Now, it's obviously not going to work 100% of the time, but it will dramatically increase the chances of you getting that job. Because now the signer's adapting. They might say, well, give me 3 o'clock. So boom, they click it. The escrow officer comes in, clicks it. You got it. I'll have my notary ready at 3. Here's their name. Da, da, da. They can come in here. They can put in their information. They put in the signer's information. The amount, the fee is good. If the fee's not, then they just hit submit. And it comes to you in an email. It says, here's a time, date, here's what I need, fee, all that stuff. And all you have to do is hit accept, right? Let's do that real quick. Okay, so all your escrow officer has to do is put their info here so you know that they booked it. They're the contact for it. Here's their signer information, which they already have the address in there, right? Phone number, contact, so you can contact the signers, any comments they may need if they want documents delivered. Whatever your fee is, you get to add these to it. They know what the fee is. This is a spot they can counteroffer. Maybe they told the client 125, and maybe you already have an established relationship with them, and they know you're okay with 125, so they change that to 125. It's basically a counteroffer spot. They hit submit. What happens? You'll hear it in just a second. It'll go ding. There it is. And it will come to you in an email that looks just like this. You got a sale, base is 125, additional mileage is 25, but they're proposing 125 flat for it. So you have to decide, do you want to take it for that fee or not? Here's the date, the time, the address, who it is. If you know it's an escrow officer, their phone number, if you want to call them, have a conversation, you can. You don't need to, but general notary, I always do. The first thing, I don't even hit accept until I call them and make sure we're on the same page, that they have everything we need. I mean, we can cover most bases with this, but not everything. And it's not uncommon for general notary, general public, not to know exactly what they need or what they have to do, right? So I always call them first. If it's an escrow officer, I just hit accept. And boom. It tries to log me in. I thought I was logged in there, but I guess not. I guess I need to probably do that in order for that to complete. But we'll just do that real quick. So that's what it looks like when it comes to in an email, right? And there we go. And what you will notice, if this, it should be on here, I think now it accepted it. Yes, it did. That was for the 18th, and there is the appointment on my notary calendar. So this is what the back end in your notary calendar account will look like. It's all grayed out. This is all the stuff that's on my Google Calendar. It's grayed out for obvious reasons. But any appointments that are on here are going to sit right here. So this is where they booked me for 3 o'clock. I can click on it. If for some reason I need to change it, I can come in here and edit, right? It'll give me all the details. I can mark it complete. I can cancel it for some reason. But all you have to do is edit. You can change the address if you need to. If the customer says, hey, I want to meet at Starbucks, fine. Find the Starbucks address, put it in here, validate it, change it. Change the time, duration. If you need more than 30 minutes, you can come in and change this and make it 60. And then hit save, and you go back. It should be at 60 minutes now. If you talk to the person, yeah, see, it blocks out 60 minutes instead of just 30. So there's a lot of functionality, right? A lot of different things you can do with it. But that's one way to do it with escrow, with real estate, right? Now let's get into general notary where it gets even more fun. Somebody needs you. I don't have that address there anymore. I just have these random addresses that I've pulled up and use them for testing or showing or demonstrating, just like I am here, right? So somebody comes to my website and they need a power of attorney done. So they change it to here, they put in their address, they validate it, they put the date, they put general power of attorney, they hit search, and now, same thing, right? Conceptually, it still functions exactly the same. It's going to show them the availability, it's going to show them my fee, which is usually the question we get from general notary first, right? Is how much do you charge? Well, they don't even have to call you now. They can see it right there. You'll still get phone calls. But you'll notice, though, that, and you saw in the other one, too, there was Gisela, and here is Jody. You can network with other notaries and add them into a group and link them on your site so that if somebody, for whatever reason, you're not available at the time they need, now they have other options. Now, there are numerous different benefits to this. The big one and the most important part to all of this, in my opinion, is you can give your client a better level of service now. They come to your site and they find you and they find others and they can say, okay, now I have choices. People, clients, customers like to have choices. They like to have different options. Right? They want to know what they're getting, who they're getting it from, and when they're available. And that's what all this does. Now, the beauty is, how would you like to have? Well, let me address this first, because I know some of you are like, well, wait a minute, you're 110 and she's only 65. Like, what? They're going to pick her. Fine. You know what? I don't care. Do you know why? Because we have an agreement that if I get business from her site or she gets business from my site, we pay each other 20% referral fee. And if it washes out, then cool. But there's the beauty. What if you could double, triple, quadruple, 10x your ability to be found on Google? Because somebody goes and types in notary near me, maybe they stumble across my site. And actually about 2 weeks ago, Jody's only been on here for about a month. About 2 weeks ago, somebody got to Google, found this site, and they didn't call, they didn't text, email. I didn't hear from this guy. All I got was an email saying, you've got a new booking. It's booked for Jody. It was booked on my widget. It was booked for Jody for a job up in Covington. Probably because I don't know if she was a lot cheaper. I don't think it was much cheaper, but she still had a solid fee on there. And she sent me a text, said, how much do I owe you? I go, I usually pay 20%. Now, some people are like, why do you pay for referrals? Well, there's two reasons. Number one, it's the right thing to do, because would you have had that business if somebody wouldn't have given it to you? Probably not. If a customer calls a notary and says, I can't help you, sorry, click, that customer starts hunting again, right? They go back to Google looking for somebody else. What are the odds they're going to find you? Pretty slim, right? But if you're right here, then you don't have to worry about that. You're found automatically. You've got people on my site, and then I'll show you this. Here's Jody's site, right? Click on hers. She's got the widget on there. I don't know if I have the time. Whoops. This is the same thing, except this is on her site. It functions exactly the same. General notary, someone needs a power of attorney. Hit search. And she comes up first because it's her site, but then I show up as well. So now if somebody gets to my site or somebody gets to her site, guess what the customer has? They have choices. So if you get 5 or 10 or 15 people in your city area, wherever you're at, and you're all connected, you all have this on your site, you're all connected to each other, you just went from a 1 in 10, 1 in 20 chance of being found on Google to maybe 5, 6, 7, 8. You get that many more exposures out there on the web. So somebody comes to her site, my site, anybody else's site, boom. You just got a lot more exposure on Google and a lot higher odds of getting a job, right? So now your customers get a better level of service. Here's where we can add that level of service and elevate it even more. Let's say somebody just calls you, right? They don't have your search tool. They don't know the functionality. They haven't seen it. They haven't used it. I still get people that just call me because they don't know it. They don't see it. They don't know what it does. And they're old school, which is fine. But let's say they want me at 3 o'clock. I'm sorry, I'm not available at 3 o'clock, but let me help find you somebody. I have a team of notaries I work with. Let me do a search. Let me find out when they're available and how much they charge and what they can do for you. So they wanted 3 o'clock. They need 3 o'clock. I can tell them, here's my other availability. I can take care of you at 2:30 if that works. I can't. I need exactly 3. Okay, well, let me see who else I got. Well, I got Jody. Okay, Jody's available at 3 o'clock. So now I can go in here and book Jody at 3 o'clock for the customer. I still have him on the phone, right? I haven't hung up. I haven't said, sorry, I can't help you. Click. Good luck. I haven't said, I can't help you, but give this person a call. And now they're playing, right, what's the old telephone game? Now you're tagging along. I literally just go onto my own site. I do a search. I put in their address. I say, let me find you a notary. Let me take care of you. I'm going to give you service that you haven't experienced before, most likely. Not with this business, right? So now you book it for them. Is booking for another person. I put in my information here, right? Boom. And then I put the signer's information in it. I take their name. I take it all while they're on the phone. Because as soon as you hang up from them, you've lost control. You don't know where they're going. I have one lady that refers stuff to me, and she's sent me text. She'll send me a text saying, I just sent so-and-so. Here's their name. Here's their phone number. And I never hear from them. Once you hang up the phone, you have totally lost control of that potential client. They're gone. You don't know where they're going to go next. If you keep them on the phone, not only are you giving them better service, but you're also taking care of a fellow notary. And if you have a referral agreement where you pay each other for referrals, then you're collecting a little bit of cash for your time, right? You do all this stuff here, and hit submit. It's the same process, right? But that's the beauty, is now you can elevate your customer service and pass off business to other notaries and keep control of that customer, keep them on the phone, and make sure they get taken care of. It's beautiful. It's a win-win-win. And that is the ultimate goal of this tool, is to create a win for the notary, to get more business, to get higher fees, to create a win for the client who gets better level of service, and to create a win for other notaries that maybe wouldn't have that business, but now they have that business because you're in their network. It's a win-win for everybody involved, right? Now let's say you're on the road. You're driving. It's kind of hard to do a little search on this, right? Now you can literally talk the customer through it. Say, go to my website, go here. Again, you maintain control of that client. You keep them on the phone and you get them taken care of. You give them great customer service by walking them through the process and helping them book it. And guess where they're coming next time they need a notary, if they need one again? They're coming back to you because you made it easy for them. So it's a way not only to elevate customer service, but increase the odds of getting repeat business. There's another win. However many wins. We could come up with all kinds of wins. Let's say you need a witness. There's a witness section in here too. So anybody, if you have other notaries that want to be a witness, if you have people there, as long as they maintain their calendar, right? You got to hit search, and then you can find witnesses. A customer calls you. We need to do a trust. We need 2 witnesses, but we don't have any. We're new in town. We don't have any witnesses. Can you provide witnesses? I can. They don't work for free, so I'm happy to. Would you like to know how much it would cost to get 2 witnesses? There you go. Here's my fee. Here's Jody's fee. So I can look at that, go 65 and 35, that's $100. All right. And there's their availability. So yeah, well, I can get these, if I get these 2 notaries here, then it's going to be $100 for witnesses. And you say, okay, that's fine. What time works? Well, now you can look at both of our schedules. She's available right at 8:25. I have exactly 2 p.m., but 6:20 p.m. and 7:15 p.m. and actually none of these work. So maybe you have another one. We can look at Gisela. Well, she has 7:55 to 3:05. Okay, she's 50, so you got to look at all the different details, right? Find out who's available, what they would charge. You might say, well, it's going to be 115. Maybe even quote a 125. Start off high. People will be fine if you lower their fee. If you tell them 125 to start, and then you come in and say, okay, it's only going to be so and so. Well, Gisela's available at 7:55 to 3:05. 7:55 to 3:05. So 2 o'clock. I'm available at 2. Boom. Can we do this at 2? That's when I can get both witnesses there. Yeah, that works. Boom. Go book me. Go book Gisela. Done. Your witness search just got 10 times easier. And if you have more, obviously, the more people you have in your network, the better the odds are of doing that, right? Of finding people, right? And I've had to kick a few people out of here. Because if you don't maintain your calendar and you get hired for a job and then you say, I can't do it, now I have to scramble to cover it for you, yeah, that doesn't sit too well with me. I don't understand how people don't manage their calendar well in a business where pretty much your entire business runs off of what your schedule is, because people are always trying to find out when you're available. When can you service my clients, or when can you service me? I need help. I need this notarized. I don't understand how notaries don't have their calendar tight as can be. I don't know. I just don't comprehend it. But you can find witnesses easier. Subbing out, I already talked about that. If you can't take a job, you book it for another notary right there on the site. You give the customer better service, and you're helping out a fellow notary. And if you're doing referral fees, you just collect referral fees, right? Referring from outside sources. That's the last thing that I'll touch on real quick, because this is where it gets, it can be really, really good, right? It just depends on your state and each facility. I've been to lots of care facilities, and I always ask the people that are there, can you guys take referral fees? And the vast majority of the time they say no. What if I give you a Starbucks card? Well, we're not really supposed to. But if they can, I do know there have been some places, yeah, we can take those. Then you show them the site. Say, here's my site. Look, when you have somebody comes to you and says they need a notary, don't worry about calling me. You don't have to give them a big list. Just go to my site, find the time that works for you, put in the address of your facility, find the time that works, and take care of your customer. Take care of your patient, right? If you got a patient or somebody, resident, whatever they call them, right? They come to you and ask, just pull up my site, put in the address, give them, and then figure out the time, then put right here, right, is booking for another person. Then put your information in here. Then when the order gets to me, I know that you referred that to me. Now I can send you a Starbucks gift card, or I can drop you some cash, or I can give you a bottle of wine, or whatever it is you want, right? Then they put their patient's information in here, and then they hit submit. It's really that simple. So now you have an option, you have a tool to go to others that aren't inside the notary business, that are out somewhere else that could refer you business, and you give them a tool that makes it really easy to take care of them. It's beautiful, right? It's another win right there. It's a win for everybody involved. Everybody in the process wins. Okay? And that really is the purpose of this tool, is to create a win-win for everybody in the process. Us as notaries, where we can generate more business, right, by giving our clients great customer service. If you want to be spectacular in this business, you know what you do? You give your customer great customer service. Because not only we get good Google reviews, but they will come back to you if they need something again. They will send you business. I just got an email yesterday from a lady, said, you did our loan signing. We have to do this estate plan. We need to get it done. How much do you charge? I sent her a link to my site so you can go do it here. You can put whatever you want on there. This is how you do it. It's really simple. And you're coordinating witnesses. She doesn't have witnesses. She has a couple witnesses, but I said it's hard to coordinate a couple of witnesses time-wise around my schedule. And this back and forth is crazy. So here's my link. Here's how to do it. Real quick, brief explanation. It's really simple. And we emailed back and forth a couple of times. And now I'm just waiting for her to book me. So it just simplified the process for her as well. And that is the whole purpose. Make it easier for your customer to book you. Make it easier for people to refer business to you. Make it easier for other notaries to refer business to you and send you business and book you and give their customer better service. Make it easier for escrow officers to give you direct business. It's just really a win-win all the way around for everybody involved in the entire process. If you need witnesses, you saw it all. I don't know if I missed anything or not. You might find some functionality that I haven't seen yet, and I would love to hear from you if you do. Now, this is one thing I almost forgot to touch on because, well, it's fairly new. But online notary, if you're doing RONs, you just click that and it removes the address. And what this will do is inside your profile, you're going to put in your default address of where you do business from, whether it's your home office or if you have an office, you put that address in there. Somebody does an online notary, virtual, let's say they need a power of attorney. They hit search, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to roll through and I have a lot more availability because some of these appointments I have set up at my home. So I've got much more flexibility for a RON. And there's my fee. Everything's the same process, right? It works the same, except this is for an online. Now, here's the beauty. It can also be used for, say, consultations. If you do free consultations, hey, go check the online thing, hit that, hit search, and the fee is $0. We set up a 30-minute appointment. I help you through whatever it is you need notarized, get you taken care of, and then maybe book a full-fledged appointment where they're paying me. Whatever the case is, right? But this is a beautiful new feature where you can do RONs, you can do consultations, you can book, if you have an office space that you have people come to, you could also use it for that. I'm debating adding addition. I don't want to add too much, right? I'm trying to keep it simple and neat and clean, but we could add a button here that functions the same. It just says in office. Either way, at this point right now, before we make any changes to it, if you have an office that you have your customers come to, you can use this for them as well. So there's lots of functionality, lots of features, and we're always adding stuff to it. We're always looking for new ways to make it just a little bit better. So if you have suggestions, if you have ideas, send them our way. That's my cell number on the screen. You can text me, call me anytime of day or night. My phone's off when I sleep, so you won't wake me up. Shoot me a text, shoot me a question, email, whatever it is. Just get in touch. I'm here. So, all right, that's it for the functionality. I'm going to shut up now because I could go on for another hour. But I'm sure you want to get to playing with it yourself. So go get set up. Go to notarycalendar.com. Get your account set up. Start playing with it. You get free 30 days free because it does take a minute to get it set up and get used to it. And you want to get the functionality working right? So if you have any issues, reach out to me. In fact, you can even go on here and do this. Go book me for a consultation. Just go hit online, put the date you want, consultation, hit search. That'll come to me in an order. I'll accept it, and we'll get you taken care of. So, all right, y'all have a great day. We'll see you hopefully very soon. God bless. Bye-bye.